Oh man. Woo! Look at these beautiful faces, man. We are back. Welcome
Hello?
to another episode of
Is this thing
IBTE
on?
Sports Podcast.
Are we on the air?
Are you still watching?
Is this for real? Oh my goodness, man. We've been gone for I think it was about 2 weeks. I did a live last week for the Thursday night game. But we are back. Life hit us a little bit, but how y'all feeling? Fellas, how y'all feeling? How y'all living? How you living?
I've turned myself into a one-sport watcher, so I'm good. I love the NBA.
The NFL's going on now.
What's that?
Go Nets, right? Yeah.
I'm a
what's-
Nets fan.
Wait, what happened?
That's going just
what?
as well.
Yeah, what happened?
But Nets are doing pretty good this year. I mean, we got some. I mean, we're doing okay.
Yeah, we haven't quite pivoted to that sector yet. We're gonna get there,
Oh.
but the NFL is not on your mind anymore.
I don't watch those
football?
guys. They're overpaid drama queen. Yeah, I don't watch those guys.
What about you, Kenny? How you feeling, man?
You know, taking it day by day. Aaron Judge is a Yankee. That's all that really matters. You know?
9 for 360.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to overpay for those last couple of years to get the prime years. I'll do it.
Hey, I wonder who they sent to get him to sign that deal.
The owner called him after the news leaked about the Giants, and he said, "I want to be a Yankee." And he said, "What's it going to take?" And he said, "A 9th year." And he said, "Deal."
Wow. And
Let
they offered him
himself, he
more.
got it done.
San Diego offered him more.
Yeah, so that he wanted to be.
He got
a Yankee,
offered
but he
by
wanted that
more.
9th year.
He got offered more by both other places, and he still chose.
Dre said Yankees K.
Well, Dre, that's why one of us was playing in an ALCS and has the best player on the planet on our team, and one will forever be a small market team that cries that they can't keep their.
Wait,
free agents.
what's his team again?
Tampa Bay. They can't
Tampa
even.
Bay.
They can't even fill the stadium.
Pain.
Doesn't
What's
matter,
good?
we
What's
still
good,
won't-
Dante?
still
What's
won't
good,
beat
Dante?
Still won't beat the Astros.
Yeah, he's not a ride or die. He's given up a while ago.
A while ago,
It's-
five
Yeah,
years.
Actually, if you go back about a month or two, you can see that he purposely missed episodes when they took some
No.
losses.
You know how many losses they might end
He's like
up with?
PTL activated.
You know how many losses they might end up with? A baker's dozen.
The Baker's dozen. Oh man. What about you, Phil? I don't want to skip you. How you?
Why?
Feeling?
What happened with Baker?
How you been?
Did he get
We're
released?
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Don't jump the gun.
I don't know what's going on. I don't follow the NFL, so I don't know what's going on.
What about you, Phil? How's your
He's-
weeks been, man?
Neil said it's World Cup and NBA season. That's it.
That's World Cup,
That's
baby.
it.
A little bit under the weather the last couple weeks, but still recovering. Got a little nasty cough, but hey, we're here Wednesday night, where we're all at. We're here.
Oh man. We
Who's
missed-
gonna have to do the 100 push-ups?
That's a great way to start this.
Who is gonna have to do the 100 push-ups?
I love
'Cause
the
the
mild
streets is
deflection.
saying-
All I'm saying is I mean, listen, your boy hasn't been watching that much. I mean, fans football, whatever. But other than that, I
'Cause-
seen
'cause the
Phil
streets is saying-
posted in the chat the other day a video.
Calculating.
I'm just saying.
So for the people
streets
that
been talking to me.
haven't been watching early on in the season, me and Kenny made a bet
In May.
in May.
It wasn't even the season. It wasn't even close to the season.
In May that.
But in May, to be fair, before you go on,
you say it.
in May, before any of this happened, we all knew the Saints were going to stink in May.
Except for Lawrence.
Except for Lawrence.
Yeah, I was being optimistic about Dennis Allen, and he's got to go.
But it's not even Dennis Allen though. At that time, we said Dennis Allen, but that wasn't the big factor. The big factor was the quarterback. And you were like,
It was everything for me. But
I was trying to be
Lawrence just,
optimistic,
acted
man.
He had blind
You
faith.
feel me? I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to give up hope, man.
they said let's
used to
put a
winning.
bet on it. And Kenny said, all right. And Lawrence said 100 push-ups. And Kenny said bet. And that's what.
Right now, what's the counter, Phil? What's the counter?
Sorry, hold on. Carry the 2. Hold on. As of right now, the Falcons are in the lead. They have the total number of
Oh,
5 wins, and the Saints have divided by 4.
wow.
4 wins.
Oh
it's
my God.
one game lead.
And I remember myself saying this too vividly about when we were doing the team tiers, and Kenny was like, "Yo, they're gonna be in the same realm," and I definitely said they weren't.
Yeah,
I'm hurt right now. I'm sick.
I think we lost Kenny anyways.
Kenny's lost.
I mean, we try to tell Lawrence, like, we were trying to be good, not even friends, just good people around Lawrence. That the Saints were going to be bad this year. I mean, he said 10 wins.
Well, that's out of the picture now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely out of the picture.
And he said they were going to be a good team and get 10 wins, and then that fucking guy dropped his prediction that the Saints were going to go to the Super Bowl and win that division, and that had Lawrence all
I didn't first off, I didn't believe
no,
into
you
that.
were hyped
No,
up
listen,
after that shit came out.
I said 10 wins. He was talking about 12 or 13. That's just
You were hyped up when that shit
that's
came
just
out.
In craziness right there.
So,
12,
I mean,
13 wins.
I mean, granted, they did have an injury at the quarterback position, but Jameis wasn't the savior for that team anyways. So
yeah, I think the issues. No, I think the issues for the Saints are deeper than just the quarterback.
It's a head coach. Head coach stinks, and you don't have any wide receivers.
No, it's the energy. The energy's not there either for New Orleans. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, Mike Thomas literally doesn't want to play football for that team anymore.
Well,
like,
he has a bad injury though.
How bad?
He actually went to go see your boys in L.A. And the doctor said, I believe it's like a severe toe issue. It's like turf toe, but like the ligament is hanging off of his foot or something like that.
Turf boy.
Dr. Stafford, I'm guessing.
Yeah, whoever those doctors are out there.
He came out to see Dr. Elatraj, who fixes up all the boys.
All them boys.
MT is a diva. Hey, wait, you ain't wrong.
MT is a diva, but when he's playing, he played 3 games. He was playing pretty solid. He does have it. He definitely has a attitude though.
Why the fuck did Mark Ingram not get the first down?
Timeout. Mike Thomas does not have no real injury. That boy just don't.
Yeah, he does.
He don't want to play.
Yeah, he does. Bro, it got cleared. It got cleared up.
Kenny, I'm not in the end with the Saints organization, but Lawrence is, and I just took his word. I took his word for it.
Streets is saying Lawrence is lying to make it look good. Ain't nobody want to play for that team.
The Streets. Hey,
Listen, they got Alvin Kamara out there, and he'd rather be trying to beat his case than out there. Kamara out there, and he's in witness protection.
Witness protection? No, you got to chill.
Mark Ingram, why did he not get the first down, Lawrence? Why?
Why is Mark Ingram in the game over Alvin Kamara with the game on the line?
Well, Alvin's got to beat the case.
Well, he tore his MCL apparently.
Who did?
Why is he playing
Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram. I don't listen. These are things that I thought wasn't really going to be the issue this season.
Because this is what's going on in the locker room right now.
I love that we came back and then it's just
they're all
this is where we at. I love this.
I don't know anything else besides the Saints and Falcons because of the bet that's going on. So other than that, I haven't really been watching the sport.
Don't listen. Don't start your shit. All right. Don't. Please. Yo, you good though, Kenny?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have no internet, but.
Oh my goodness.
Kenny, you got to run that shit off hotspot.
That's what I did for now because I'm not gonna.
What's it? Bright side, we're all in the same record range, all of us. Who would have thought, right?
Nah, we're basement. We're out of here. Just like I sent the GIF in
hit it with Antonio Brown at halftime.
Jay Gyllenhaal, see you later. Right through the smoke.
Right out of here. Peace. I'm out. I'm
only 2 games out of a division.
Yeah, you are.
We've been
you
out.
are. Fortunately for you, man.
We stink. Don't get it twisted. We still stink, but we are only 2 games out of the division.
This how bad the Rams' luck has been this year. We might start on tomorrow on Thursday. We might start our first consecutive offensive line combination of the year. That's how bad the Rams have been this year with injuries.
Yo, and shout out to Dante's comment. Yeah, I've never seen a team be like the Saints where it looks like they're actively tanking and they don't even have their first round pick.
Philly got it right.
Yeah, you guys don't look like you're actively tanking though. Like they look like they're actively not trying.
Oh,
players just not suiting up. AK just deciding to not try to get yards.
That's a really good point.
Injuries is a long list too. So
yeah, that's a good point.
They're just bad in stats that you need to turn games around. They just don't don't get any turnover. They don't get no turnovers. They have a bunch of giveaways, and you're gonna lose like that majority of the time.
Like
So-
I know, like I've always clowned Taysom Hill, or whatever, but like realistically, I don't know why they didn't make the switch for him at QB like 4 weeks ago. Because like the offense actually moves when he's in the game. I'm not
Between
saying
the
he's
combination
good, but-
between not giving AK the ball and not knowing what you want to do at quarterback, you just might as well put Taysom Hill in.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback
They don't wanna
combo,
pay that
like
man, that's why.
a quarterback by committee work ever. Like you got Andy Dalton to come in, I'll throw 5 passes, then go sub out for like that shit doesn't fucking work, man.
Right.
Pick a
This is not high
quarterback.
school.
Tua
I mean, what the fuck?
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. That's what what's the name was doing. Well, obviously his arm was falling off his body by
Who?
that point. But Drew Brees,
Well, yeah, but
when
he
he
was
had
50
the
years old.
injuries, when he had
But yeah,
the
you knew if
injuries and
Taysom
everything.
came in, it was either a QB option or a 50-yard bomb because Drew couldn't do that.
Right. And they used to do it with Andrew Luck and Brissett too. Luck's last 2 years.
No, because they were never there together. Brissett's first year was when Luck retired.
2018,
sure?
2019,
Philip Rivers and Brissett. Andrew Luck definitely was retired. Andrew Luck retired when Brissett came in. He was supposed to be Luck's backup.
I distinctly remember Andrew Luck getting taken out of a game for a couple deep passes. And maybe it wasn't for Brissett, but it was for somebody.
Yeah,
By
that
Phillip,
that Saints
talking about
game,
Phillip Rivers.
No.
Philip Rivers and Brissett were, but no, that Saints game like perfectly summed up both team seasons. Like the Saints have like been right there, but always do some dumb shit to mess it up. And the Bucks have played ugly all year, but somehow they are still in the thick of things because the Bucks are not a good football team. But with 5 minutes left in the game, down 2 scores, they know how to win. Like
Yeah, just I'll like look back at what Mark Ingram did on that run. He needs to be released or retired.
Yeah, that was bad.
He needs one of the two.
Yeah, and
he cannot stay on black and gold.
That was bad.
You must have do a 10-day contract to retire as a Saint. We love you, but I don't know if you had a visitor before the game, but that is ridiculous, insane. But
Yeah.
credit to the Bucks, man. Tom Brady staying with it. He struggled all 3.5 quarters, and
He did the same thing to the Rams when we played them. Did the same fucking thing to us.
Yeah.
that's why
And
they're so
Donovan,
dangerous.
Donovan Smith was sabotaging them the whole fourth quarter as well with all the holds.
Yeah,
Including that
it
Godwin touchdown.
It just didn't make sense. Like Kenny was in the Discord with me as I had like a meltdown. They had Kirk Mermit at wide receiver with 16 tight ends in on 3rd and 1, and then you throw a slant to Marquez Callaway that hasn't had a target all day.
I knew I wasn't tripping, by the way. They did
What?
play together his last year. Jacoby
What is
Brissett
that
played
shit?
4
Okay.
games on his last year. I fucking knew I wasn't tripping. And I remember, because I remember Andrew Luck coming out of a game for a fucking Hail Mary, and I was like, what are they doing? Like, he's got a good arm. And I was like, oh, wait, he has no spine anymore. His neck is gone. And Jacoby Brissett would come in and fucking throw a bomb.
So
He's like-
all right. So let's move forward here. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys in the Colts game.
Beat down.
54
Landslide.
to 19.
What happened before halftime? Well, it was like a
The
4-point game?
Halftime, how
Three
about the
point,
fourth
4 point
quarter?
game.
With 13 minutes left in the game, it was a 2-point game.
Jesus Christ. Do you think somebody made a call? Vegas?
I
Do you think
this
Vegas
is
made a
another
call?
example of, like I just said about the Saints and the Bucks. This is a perfect example of both teams all year. The Colts they play teams close, and they just don't know how to win.
Nah, it looked like they handed the controller to a toddler.
Yeah, like you.
It's an autopilot.
It's like when you're playing a game of
That's what it
Madden
looked like happened.
online, and you got to go do something, and you can't pause it, and you just put the controller down, and you come back, you're like, damn, what happened in these 2 minutes? I went to go to the bathroom.
He's like, damn, my
That's what
laundry's
looked like
done.
happened.
They had like a 35-point fourth quarter or something like that.
It was 33-0, I think.
33.
Yeah,
Yikes.
33.
Like come
Defensive
on, yo.
touchdown, rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown, anytime touchdown.
So just wondering, like, are the Cowboys? I mean, listen, are the Cowboys going to get bounced out of the first round of the playoffs again?
It's possible.
Yes.
It's always
You know
possible.
why?
with the
Because
Cowboys.
You know why?
Because they don't play anybody.
They're gonna have to play the Bucks.
Brady ain't
They're gonna lose to the Bucks.
gonna fucking lose.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're gonna lose to the Bucks in the first round. Of the playoffs.
If the Cowboys, let me just say this now, if the Cowboys, when the Cowboys make the playoffs, and they get a home game again, and they lose again, the first round, at home again.
It's not gonna be at home. because they're gonna be a wild card team, so they're going to. Tampa.
Oh yeah, because Philly.
Yeah,
Oh,
Even
that's
though
right, because Philly's
they'll
going
be
to win the
traveling.
division.
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll be traveling.
oh, they're going to have to travel,
and they're gonna lose.
and they're going to lose. Wow.
They're gonna lose to Tom Brady in the first round of the playoffs.
Wow.
Only thing positive for them is that they have obviously Tony Pollard is merged for the.
I mean, the only thing positive for them is their roster is 50,000 times better than the Bucs roster, and they're going to get to.
He said, "I don't care."
Is Mike
Lineman
McCarthy
back.
still? Is Mike McCarthy still head coach and Dak Prescott still the quarterback? And is Tom Brady still the quarterback of the Buccaneers?
Yes.
Yep.
That's all I need to know. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm praying that the Buccaneers shit the bed down the stretch and the Falcons win that division because you'll dog walk us, but you ain't beating the Buccaneers.
All that hard work for Michael Parsons for nothing. Damn. At least you get an award for it.
Kind of crazy, right?
It's gonna be wild.
Dan
It's gonna
Quinn's
be
going to be
wild.
seeing ghosts, seeing Tom Brady in the postseason again.
Oh man. Shit. Going from there, man. You got we had the Vikings play the Jets. Came down to I believe they're on the 5-yard line.
Yeah,
Mike
such-
White drops back, throws to the GOAT Braxton Berrios, and he drops it.
It was just shitty red zone offense from the Jets the whole game, which is crazy.
I like the Jets.
That-
I like
that
what they're doing.
I am
doing.
so impressed with the Jets this year. Honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
it had to be coming soon, right? Because obviously you get first round. I mean, you just load, right? You load up on first round talent. Sooner or later, you're going to be good. But damn, they played every game close this year. Every game.
Right.
If they didn't
This
win
game-
it was close.
It spoke more about Minnesota to me because they're playing. I mean, the Jets, yes, they're good, but they're playing with Mike White. Minnesota, you're supposed to be this juggernaut this year, but every game they play is close, except for when they played Philly and they got smoked.
Yeah.
Yes, they did go into Buffalo and win that game. Like, kudos to them.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, just
Yeah.
Minnesota, you can't be playing a close game with Mike White at quarterback.
And
Yeah.
I think Zonovan Knight had a game too. They're running.
Yeah,
The Jets running back.
running back, it's to me, I can live with you letting a backup running back go off because there's a lot that goes in.
Can't really do much about it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but Mike White,
Well,
he should have won that
took
game by 2
He
scores.
threw like 50 times, didn't he? I think it was like 30 for like 57, I think.
I mean, Mike White.
31
Mike White.
57.
I mean, he threw 7 touchdowns in a game. That's Mike White.
370.
That's Mike White.
370.
Mike Vick White, that's crazy.
That's Mike Vick White.
When you posted that, Neil, I was cracking up. Like, this guy is stupid as hell. But man, I like I like what the Vikings did. They're able to hold on, but I just don't know about them as far as being sturdy in the playoffs, man. I just don't. I just can't. I just don't see it.
I don't see it. I don't see one thing I don't see is I do not trust Kirk Cousins at all. I don't
Like,
trust him in the postseason.
All playoff games are primetime games.
Let's
so.
look at the teams that they played against. Not necessarily. There's a 2:30 game this Saturday and Sunday. The playoff teams they played: Eagles 24-7 loss. Bills they beat 33-30. But then next week they came home and played the Cowboys and lost 40-13. And then the Jets, who might be a playoff team, they just barely beat by 5 with a backup quarterback.
So not a good resume against the potential playoff teams.
Right.
Right.
Like they're gonna get in. They're gonna win their division.
Some people, Chris, some people do. You'd be
so
you'd be
far,
surprised.
the offense look better with
I hear some.
with Mike
I hear
White.
some. Yeah, I hear some Jets fans. They just want.
And Mike White over Zach Wilson for sure. For sure. Zach Wilson is poop. He did poop this year. Mike White is when Mike White comes into the game, he plays and he plays well. So
Here's my he's good for them this year, but is Mike White your long term plan? I think if Mike White is your franchise quarterback, you have problems.
but why not?
But why not? I mean,
5 games in his career. Let's
but
see what he can do.
I think last year he had the opportunity as well, and he did good for like 2 games, but then went downhill after that.
I just feel exactly after what he did last year. If they didn't even turn to him when the year started this year, they went to Flacco first.
He beat the Bengals in that
Zach Wilson also beat the Bills too.
Mike White was hurt at the beginning of the year this year. Yeah.
Mike White beat the Bengals last year, didn't he?
But again, they still when Zach Wilson was healthy, when Mike White got healthy, like if Mike White was really this guy, you could have made the change earlier. Like they clearly were firm believers in Zach Wilson still.
I think it's just so hard to make that choice, especially over a guy you drafted so high, right? Like That's your
Number 2.
like that's your
You wanna
franchise
win?
guy. I mean,
If you want to win,
I agree, but it's a tough decision to make, especially as a head coach. I don't know, especially as a young head coach.
Yeah.
I think it's an easier decision to make than to watch my team repeatedly lose. And be
I'll
on
tell
the
you
hot
what,
seat.
it's not a bad problem to have. If I'm the Jets, to be honest, it's not a bad problem to have at all. If Mike White's gonna come out and do this, what, you got a fucking cheap quarterback that can come out and be like a Nick Foles almost type of guy, and you could stack talent around him, stack
Without
draft
Brees Hall
picks.
too.
No, and I hear you, but Nick Foles was good for that run. But what happened every time Nick Foles was given the reins to a franchise?
Oh no, yeah, no, I mean, I don't,
That's
I
what I'm
agree.
saying,
We,
I
we
agree
know
with that.
we know who he is.
Like,
Yeah.
like for this year, 100%.
He is who we thought he
Mike
was.
White. But like, if
Right.
we're talking long term, like next year, year after that, like, we really going to give the franchise to Mike White? I just don't know.
Similar like storyline too to Mike White or to Nick Foles, minus the Super Bowl, of course, but
Right.
comes in, throws 7 touchdowns. Nick Foles comes in, throws 7 touchdowns, and goes
The
off.
rest is history.
Yep. Where's Dylan in here?
No, we're gonna get to them. We're gonna get to them. But then going from there, man, NFC East, we had a tie. 2020 Commanders against the Giants.
Wow.
Yeah, the Giants let that game go.
Well, I actually didn't know about that.
2020.
He really checked out.
Bro, I really did not know. Like, I didn't
Yeah,
watch.
it was crazy. It
That's
was
kind of
crazy.
He was over here in recovery mode on Sunday.
Yeah, I was actually. Yeah, that's true. I forgot I was. Yes, I didn't count.
He said chill guidelines.
Commissions.
He said reset mode.
There was actually a tie. Wait, what was the game? How the fuck did they tie?
Well, I think Giants had a late lead, and then the Commanders came back in the fourth quarter, and then nothing happened in overtime. Pretty much.
Giants almost had a chance to sack Heineke for the game too, for a safety.
Shout out to the Commanders for turning the season around. Shout out to Heineke for turning the season around.
Yeah.
Like they better be thinking.
Honestly,
like,
just
sorry,
get
what was the game
just rock
when
with
Wentz
him.
went down?
Just rock with him.
At this point.
Like that's
But they-
that's what I'm saying. Like at this
but they
right now,
did.
like if I'm the Jets
They did
and if I'm
last
the
year.
Commanders, just rock with them.
No, I hear you, but what the same situation that we're talking about with Mike White, the Commanders did rock with Heineke last year. What happened?
He almost beat Brady.
The team that
He almost beat
that was
Brady.
2 years ago. That was
Yeah,
2 years
yeah,
ago,
yeah.
and that's why they rocked with him last year, and they were nowhere near the playoffs last year. Again, these guys are great for a spark plug for a stretch of the season. They are not franchise quarterbacks. There's a reason why they're not.
Yeah, but the Commanders did come out. That did come out in the offseason. They picked up some guys, and they got a better roster around him than Heineke had last year. So maybe it's a change of scenery for the guy. You never know. You never know.
How much did they offensively, other than Brian Robinson? I mean, this is a genuine question. Like, what else did they really add though that they didn't have?
Well, Curtis Samuel being healthy
Curtis
this
Samuel
year.
was there.
No, he's
Curtis
hurt.
Samuel is-
Well, yeah, he was
He
banged
was hurt.
up.
He's
You
been
got
hurt this year too. He's been.
And they grabbed who'd they grab?
you got Dodson.
Dotson.
okay, but
Dotson,
then
good
they
pickup.
drafted
It was-
receivers the year
yeah.
before.
They got it. Well, I mean, they definitely got a couple guys that they didn't have last year that have produced.
I felt like they upgraded that receiver, and then Samuel got
one guy.
healthy.
Yeah, and then
Samuel hasn't been that healthy this year though.
Yeah, he hasn't.
And Chase
He's
Young
been
coming
big.
at
Chase Young coming back too. Yeah,
That's true. Very true. Very true.
Chase Young coming back a perfect time, right? Like everybody's talking about these other teams. Like if the
Terminator.
Commanders can get into the playoffs, watch out, right? Like you gotta watch out. I mean, we saw what happened when if you can get a fully healthy Chase Young, boy.
All it takes is one Sunday or
It
Saturday.
makes things.
I mean,
it makes
that's
things
the
much
type of
easier.
player he is. That's the type of player that Chase Young is, right? You come out on a Sunday in a playoff environment, and it comes down like that's a type like that Aaron Donald type mentality. I'm gonna make a fucking play on 3rd and 4, whatever. I'm gonna make a play. I'm gonna get a strip sack, whatever. That's the type of player that he is. So you have to have that on your team, and they do. So watch out. And they should be able to try to compete for something because they have the roster. They built a roster to do this, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, people are looking at them to compete highly this year. I mean, but Carson Wentz stinks.
Well, yeah, their rebuild is complete. They now just have to plug in the quarterback. It's
right.
the hardest piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But it has to be the last piece of the puzzle because if you have a
Right.
good quarterback, nothing around him.
That made Carson Wentz cannot catch a break. God,
And
damn.
Giants sitting at 7-4-1, and then the Commanders are at 7-5-1. So Giants at 7-4-1, and then Commanders.
What's the
7-5-1.
Cowboys record?
Cowboys are 9-3, I believe. Are they 9-3?
Yep.
Or am I 9-3? Yeah. Damn. So it's gonna get real interesting.
Hi,
We're gonna put up the
We
playoff
saw
picture.
Chase Young on a big stage against the Bucks in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He had a good game there
that's
too.
true.
Yeah, I don't think he got the sack, but he was definitely in Tom Brady's
Pressuring. Yeah.
Yeah.
They Lawrence, our graphic of the trash cans had to be retired this year.
Yeah, it's looking at it.
We got to send it to the
south. Yeah, the
Yeah,
south.
we got it, or the
Both
west,
Souths.
Hey, you feel me?
or the
No,
west.
the West has two teams that are neck and neck for the division, and they're both above 500 though.
Yeah, but
Just
one of those
because you
teams
guys-
just lost their
just because
quarterback.
You guys stink.
I'm just saying, just one of those teams just lost their quarterback. So
Yeah, but guess what? Brock Purdy is probably just as good as every quarterback in the NFC South, except for Tom Brady.
I guess we're gonna find out.
I'm just saying.
We're definitely
I'm
gonna find out.
I'm just saying.
Darnold, Purdy.
It ain't like we're saying we got Darnold, Dalton, and Mariota. Not exactly world beaters.
For real.
Mariota's had a great year.
Yo, Dre, since you in here,
You
man.
checked out. That's right. So you don't. Really
Yeah, he said, "I see you 2023. See you later." Yeah, Dre,
On to
since
next
you in
year?
here, man, what are you thinking about your Chargers, man? I see you you definitely have choice words for them every Sunday.
Don't panic.
Are the Chargers good?
Chargers are at 6-6 right now. They
It's like the
lost to
Patriots.
they
Hey.
lost to the Raiders this past Sunday, 27-20.
I did not
Adams
expect
and Jacobs
that
had a
out of the
day.
Chargers this year.
Oof.
I mean, I picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl this year. So
You did. It was an all LA Super Bowl for you.
yeah, well, obviously the Rams one's out.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. That's
Do you
what it
want
was for you.
landlord against tenant?
Yeah, which I thought the I did.
Loser plays rent. That's crazy.
I thought for sure that their defense would be the strongest part of the team, but
They're injured like crazy right now.
also not having any fucking. I mean, the injuries this year. I don't know if it was because of the long year last year and guys just had, beat up bodies, but. I don't
that
think
coach is
you,
definitely on the hot seat.
I don't think you fire him yet just because he's so young and so talented. Like what
Say that because he used to coach with you guys. He stinks. He has too much talent to be as bad as he is. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Let him go.
Dre
Take him
just said
out.
it.
Let
Dre
him
just
go.
said
On the hot
it. He
seat.
said get him out. He said get
He's
him
on the
out
hot
of here.
seat, yeah.
He said get him out of here. That's what he said.
I'll do a
Get him out of
swap.
here, coach.
Straight
I'll
from
take
the fan.
I'll take Staley back. Y'all can have Raheem Morris for head coach.
They about to do a Doc Rivers trade? This is crazy.
Said Doc Rivers. Dre, what do
I
you
just meant to
about,
leave the
he
chart.
said? Oh, he said I was just gonna ask what he thought of his team. So he said defense is god awful, and then they're giving up 155 rushing yards a game.
That's crazy.
Jacobs had
Devontae
144.
Adams, the whole
You
game.
chicken alert.
Josh Jacobs too.
Puppet master.
As it should be.
He was doing the corners bad,
As it fucking should be.
filthy.
Barbecue
What?
chicken alert.
I just didn't want the Raiders to win because I don't want to hear Nick Brzez in the chat. I just don't want to hear him because they get like 2 more wins. He's gonna be talking about
What is it, 5-7?
all this.
Yeah.
They're 5-7 right
But
now.
it's a bad 5-7 because
Bad.
they have talent. Like it's one thing to be like a team like Atlanta who's 5-8 and like you have no one on your roster. Like you have Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs.
Darren Wall was hurt.
Max
Darren
Crosby.
Waller's hurt. All right, so I'll give it. But Max Crosby, Chandler Jones. Like so, please.
And it's a lot of one possession losses too.
Well, I would agree. I mean, a lot of experts picked
To the
Raiders
IR,
to-
Chris.
Yeah, he's been injured. A lot of experts picked the Raiders to compete for that division with the Chiefs.
I think a lot of us did.
Yeah, Raiders O-line. So the Raiders, what was it, 2 years ago? They spent the most money on offensive linemen, and then they just started trading them away.
Yeah, that didn't make any
They
sense.
drafted
No-
I think they drafted someone for
take into
Alabama too.
consideration-
They
other
drafted
than
that
a
dude
few-
Leatherwood, and apparently
Yeah,
he's
in the
ass.
first round, they waived him before the season started. So that tells
Yeah.
you what
Ass. Yeah.
Other than a select few teams, like no one really has solid O lines. Like let's
No.
be real. Like,
No.
So I get like it's definitely very
There's
valid.
there's a gap. There's definitely
are-
a gap right now.
like if you're not in the top tier of O lines, like
You're just bad.
So well, yeah.
I mean, the Rams' offensive line literally got Matthew Stafford killed. Literally, he's done for the year because he has spine and head injury from getting sacked
Spinal.
55 times.
Damn. Well,
That's how bad the O-line has been this year. Like, that's how bad O-lines in general have been this year. I mean, look at Tom Brady's O-line this year.
He had to shut it down.
Yep.
Tristan Wirfs out for the year. Oof.
And his backup.
Starting center
And center.
And his
Both centers.
backup.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Like you got a team like, and they're still. I mean, they're treading water. They're at 6-6 too, but it's a bad year for them. So
yeah, it
Rams
takes time.
sold their soul for the championship last year.
Yeah, it takes time for people to develop.
I talked about it. I 100% think a deal was made with the devil because you have one of the healthiest teams of the past 6 years, at least, maybe longer, and then this year you lose your whole team.
It's like Jalen Ramsey. How bad do you want this?
The whole
But guess
team.
what?
There isn't a guy on the roster.
if I were in the Rams organization or a Rams player or a Rams fan, I would 300% do it 25 more times.
100 million times in a row, baby. Because I got that fucking ring last year, okay?
Trade away.
I got the ring.
And then be bad, but guess what? I got a ring.
I got a ring.
Some people will never feel that feeling.
Never feel that feeling. You'll never feel that fucking feeling. I don't give a fuck. You think the Chargers ever gonna feel that shit? No. Think the fucking Raiders? If the Raiders right now, the Las Vegas Raiders are ever gonna feel that shit? Fuck no. The 49ers stink. 49ers ain't feeling that shit neither. Seahawks done. You think Geno Smith's gonna win it? No. Who else?
No.
Who do you think this year?
No.
This year it's gonna be no. Fuck out of here. It's going. Patrick Mahomes is going, and he's gonna win again. It's Patrick
really
fucking
believe it.
Mahomes.
All right, so
Neil, how do you feel about Buffalo? How do you feel about that?
Fuck Buffalo. And fuck Josh Allen. And exactly, granted, Von Miller was having a great fucking year until this happened, but he got injured the same time he got injured last year before he got picked up by the Rams.
Before you go on the rabbit hole here, you mentioned Pat Mahomes because we know you love the Buffalo Bills. Nobody.
Fuck the Bills.
Listen, Bengals and the
idea,
Chiefs 27-24.
Patrick Mahomes better go home at night and put a spoon under his pillow and pray to God he doesn't have to face Joe Burrow in the playoffs.
Yes, he needs to pray for someone else to beat him.
He needs to pray because guess what? He cannot.
Guy,
you know, like how Patrick Mahomes has Josh Allen's number? Well, Joey B has Patty Mahomes' number. The Bengals just know how to play against the Chiefs.
Kelsey Brothers Super Bowl, that could
That's
be possible. That could be possible.
Eagles ain't going to fucking. Eagles are not going to the fucking Super Bowl.
Eagles
are not going to the fucking Super Bowl.
Hold on. No. Don't.
When's the last? I want to know the last time a team with the easiest strength of schedule in the history of the world has won to the Super Bowl. That's what I want to know.
I got my listen. We're gonna get to that.
Wait,
my boy is joining the pod. Yeah, we don't want to change the subject.
Imagine that podcast from them after the game. That'd be wild.
Can we not? Can we not change the subject before we get accused of not talking about how the Chiefs can't beat the Bengals? Because it needs to be addressed. They can't do it.
Who?
The Chiefs can't beat the Bengals. They just can't do it.
Three times so
Who would
far.
accuse us of? No.
3 times.
Plenty of people.
The Chiefs cannot beat the Bengals.
It all comes down to the secondary trying to guard those three. And first off, you can't guard them already. But then Eric Reed, you go and say that dumb shit talking about you don't know who they are. They're one of the best young cores in the NFL.
Go kick a field goal, Eric Reed.
Every DC knows who the Bengals receivers are. I don't know why you said that.
What did hold on? What's that say, Dante? I said what in 17?
About the Eagles, we're not going there right
You think
now.
I said in 2017? I don't think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
No, we're gonna get to the Eagles.
Talking about a whole different team right now.
No, but
we're gonna get to the Eagles, man.
Joe Mixon wasn't even playing, and the Bengals did pretty good against them.
I can't be called out in the chat and not address it, Lawrence. What the fuck you want me to do? Sit here and shut up? He's talking directly to me. What am I supposed to do?
Lawrence, you didn't want us back.
We're gonna get there. But what do y'all think the Chiefs need to do to be able to beat the Bengals?
Not play them.
I don't know what I'm
not play them.
I don't know what they could do.
Not play them. Avoid them.
What Hulk Hogan say? Say your prayers and eat your vitamins. That's their only hope at this
I mean, they really match up better than out of the NFC or AFC. That's the only team I think that matches up a better matchup against the Chiefs. There's not a better team to match up better against that Chiefs team.
And I don't think people pay attention to the Bengals defense enough. They have a very good defense. Their defensive line is very good too.
Hendrickson, Bell, etc.
Their defense was good last year.
You got Hubbard, and you got I think it's Mike. Is it Mike Hilton in the nickel corner?
Yep.
Yeah,
he makes a lot of noise too. And obviously they got the toast over there, but
their defense. So last year they were top 5 or top 10 offense, top 10 defense. They went to the Super Bowl and they got better on defense in the offseason, and they got better on offensive line in the offseason.
You got Von Bell, Jesse Bates. You got 2 safeties.
Yeah, their defense was stacked last year, and they got better.
Yeah, they're struggling at the beginning of the season, but they just.
Listen, I think the Super Bowl.
I think you just figure it out.
You went to the Super Bowl, and it takes a minute to get back in the groove of things, but I mean, I agree. I agree with. I just don't think it kind of reminds me like 49ers Rams type of thing where you just can't beat them. For some reason, they just got their number.
Cal's fumble cost them the game. And in those games, you cannot have.
You can't do that type of shit.
You can't have turnovers because you don't know when you're going to get the ball back. You don't know what's going to happen. So,
like, obviously, turnovers in general when you play the sport are costly, but in a division game, you just cannot turn the ball over.
That's not a division game, then, huh?
Sorry, I meant rivalry game. Rivalry game.
Dante, that's a good point too. I was going to say that if they can effectively run the ball against the Bengals, because the Bengals are going to have too high all the time against Pat Mahomes. They're going to have too high, so you got to take advantage of that extra guy not in the box.
Yeah, so. Chiefs might just lose a game late just so they match up in the first round or second round.
That's where having midgets at running back, I think, hinders them. That's all they have.
Pacheco, CH.
Hopefully Pacheco can.
McKinnon.
Yeah, I mean,
Derek.
I'm not saying that they're not talented, but
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to pick up blitzes and shit.
They're just height challenged. Gotcha.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah, they did lose Von Miller for the season.
I don't look forward to it because
I
have a nice little bet on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, so I hope they don't have to play them again. But yeah,
that'll be a game, man. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah. But I think if they come down to the playoffs, those are the type of games we want to see. We know it's going to be close, strategic, and all of that.
Like
there's a stat, a crazy stat about Patrick Mahomes' record throughout the year. I think he historically plays like even football in the month of November, or historically plays like I'll look it up. He either plays really bad in the month of November or plays like even in the month of November.
It's definitely not really bad because there's no reason ever had a losing.
Oh, really bad for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, like 2 and 3.
Yeah, so it's got to be 500 football because
he's made in November.
They haven't lost more than 4 games a year.
Yeah,
he said Bengals 3-0 this calendar year against the Chiefs.
They beat them in January last year, then they beat them in the playoffs. They beat them again. In 2022, they have 5 losses, and 3 of them came against the Bengals.
God damn.
Wow.
All right, man. Neil, we're gonna let you. You're gonna be able to. We're gonna bring my boy in.
Listen, before, let the record be known. I have no problem with the Eagles. I think they're a great football team. Obviously, the best running football team in the history of fucking NFL. But I do want to say.
Yeah, I just gotta get my takes off. That's all.
All right, we're gonna.
You setting your man up, Lawrence? This is crazy. He about to get.
No. He can hold his own. He knows his stuff. He knows football.
Great team,
that's why he's here.
Jump him. I'm just gonna.
No, right. And you could be a great team and not win a Super Bowl like we see.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna bring him in. He's gonna introduce himself.
He said, "Fight
everything
back."
Like that. Let's see. You got him. What's good, eh?
What's up, LA?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh,
appreciate
5-person view is nice.
How your week going? We usually I ask everybody at the beginning of the show how their week going because it does matter. So
good, man. You know, I just had a baby, so life is a little crazy right now. But
congrats.
Appreciate it. But yeah, everything good.
Wait, that's number 2?
Number 1 and only.
Okay, 1. I thought you had already had one.
Yeah, no, just 1. I'm good after that, man.
All right, man.
1 and done.
I named the episode "Revenge Never Been Sweeter" because you guys had played the Titans. Emotional game for AJ Brown. You know he was gonna go out there and play out of his mind for whatever happened in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure the Eagles fans don't really care. They just happy he's on the team.
Right.
But what'd you think of the game? And then we're gonna kind of get into the number 1 seed in the NFL right now.
I mean, they playing out of their mind, especially as Jalen Hurts. Like you can't not recognize like what he doing, right?
Favoritism, Dante.
The fact that against the Packers the last week he put up 150 yards rushing, right? And then he come out, he threw 380 against the Titans, right? I mean, they don't got the greatest pass defense, but being able to exploit that and really dominate is important to note. Like they're finding different ways to win, and last year we wasn't able to get that 50-50 ball. We had a lot of drop passes. Jalen Reagor, Nelson Aguilar, pass.
Occasional hands, yeah.
That's one of the worst. Those are the worst 2 fucking combination of wide receivers you could have said.
You know what I'm saying? So, being able to get AJ and having Devontae Smith, it gives us real threats on the outside. So, it makes a defense in a situation like, do you want to cover the pass or can you defend the run because you need that extra man in the box? So that's important, right? You one-on-one on the outside, like receiver feed off of that. So I just think that they finding ways to win the game in different ways each week, but it's all led by Jalen Hurts. Like his running ability is putting people in a bind, and Miles Sanders is having the best season of his career. So
They actually give him the ball. Wow. Props to him for giving the ball.
I know, it's crazy. It's almost like if they would have utilized Miles Sanders like from when they drafted him, maybe things would have been different in Philly. Like I feel like everyone was screaming, give him the ball, and now they finally are giving him the ball. Look what happened.
He has 0 touchdowns last year.
Yeah,
like
that's
Zero.
Really?
Zero.
Yeah, they gave him all to the fucking little boy.
Boston Scott.
Boston Scott.
The Boston Scott. They gave him all to Scott.
Like that's crazy. And he got 9 this year. So like, that was definitely a missing piece. But like the defense stepping up, I gotta give a shout out to Howie Roseman, man. I mean, crazy off season, bringing in
Big finesse.
Big finesse. And appreciate the Saints, you know what I'm saying, for that top 5 pick. So, we out here trying to build a dynasty.
Appreciate the Saints for the top 5 pick. Appreciate it. Fucking idiots.
When you get desperate to answer the fans' wide receiver issue.
What is desperate? You did it to get a receiver.
Yeah, they was listening to the fans. The fans wanted a receiver.
Well, then they should all be fired.
What was the receiver you got?
Chris Olave.
Don't do that. That's what we're not going to do, Ben Skoranek.
What am I supposed to do?
We're not going to do that.
What am I supposed to do?
Put some respect on Olave's name. He's having a great rookie season. Stop playing with him, man.
He is. He definitely. I think he got 1,000 yards right now. He might be right there.
Also, they beat the Titans so bad they fired their GM. So.
That is true. That it was a video that came out, and a bunch of Philly fans was like looking at the owner's box.
He's at almost 900 right now.
Fuck you and shit.
Big game on Christmas Eve. Big game.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, Dallas looks good, but
it's Dallas.
It's Dallas, right?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
They do look good though. I mean, you can't. They put up 33 points in the fourth quarter.
No, I can and I will. It's Dallas.
It's the regular season, though, right? Dallas going to show. Listen, against the Eagles, Dallas has our number, right? Like with Dak Prescott, they have. I think they're like 7-3. So like they have been able to beat us, no matter who our coach, Chip Kelly, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni. Like it don't matter who it was, they've been able to beat us with Dak Prescott. So it's one of those things where we got to take it to the playoffs and win. So.
Dante said, what you guys are missing about Sanders, he had issues controlling it and controlling fumbles. Coaching staff had no trust in him, and now they trust him.
We ain't missed nothing about him. They just didn't fucking play the guy. Don't matter why, they didn't play him.
Right, I mean, because I get what you're saying, but like, there's only one way to show that you could trust me, and that's to give me opportunities too. Which this year, like, they trust him, and he's gotten opportunities, and he's shown, see, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah, and then this year is different. Like we playing from ahead, so like mistakes don't look as bad, right? Like if you down 10 points, 14 points, and you fumble, like it's gonna feel and look different.
Right. So my thing is, I play a little devil's advocate here. So you mentioned playing from ahead. Mm-hmm. So what happens when you are behind? If you go behind. Obviously, he's shown capabilities to be able to pass, but it comes from being dominant in the run game with the play action RPO. Do you think if you guys get behind by 2 possessions that you continue to run the ball the way you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the bread and butter, right? Like, I mean, I don't think, we're a dynamic run team. Like when we played against the Packers, and granted, right, their defense not that great, but we was ripping off 20-yard runs. I mean, we ran for 360.
It was easy.
So like we was able to get back into the game or finish the game.
Like, it goes his internet again.
So
his internet popped up.
He said KO.
What game did they play behind and win?
We started the Jags game slow early in the season, and it was in the rain.
Yeah, the rain. That game was a disaster.
And then the Colts too, right? I mean, they played people tough. They played Dallas tough into that fourth quarter. They beat the Raiders, and the Raiders seem like they kind of coming up. But it's every given Sunday. Like anybody can show up that week and really like surprise the shit out of you. So I think the Eagles can win from behind, but against a better team, obviously, other than the Jags and the Colts, we go behind like the Cowboys, right? They definitely got the offense to be able to put some more points up and force a more difficult situation. So, they had the capability, but they're going to have to show a little bit more if they want to beat a better team from down 2 scores.
The only thing that worries me about the Eagles is the Eagles' strength of schedule this year. If they won the Super Bowl, it would be the third time a team with that level of strength of schedule of ever in the Super Bowl history has won in the Super Bowl with a strength of schedule that easy. That's the only thing that worries me. They don't play anybody. You get in the playoffs, you're playing everybody, right? You're playing the best. You're playing the best of the best. That's the only thing that worries about the Eagles. Obviously, they look solid as fuck on defense. Obviously they can run the shit out of the ball. Jalen Hurts took a fucking leap, like to the fucking moon after last year.
Yeah, he not playing.
He not Jordan Symbol on the fucking sideline anymore.
Yeah, so he's playing really good.
But that's the only thing that worries me. The strength of schedule this year that for the Eagles, if they were to win, would be the third easiest strength of schedule to ever win the Super Bowl. That's crazy to me.
I mean, like the schedule argument, right? Like it's like I can't really pick my team who I want to play because if I could, I'd pick the.
No, I agree. But I'm just saying. Obviously, right?
I want the whole NFC South twice.
You want right?
Yo, listen. What you not gonna do? Nah, let me stop.
He said throw the Texans there as well. Texans, the whole Colts, whatever you gotta do.
It's warming them up though, right? Like
is it though?
Fake confidence. You get fake confidence to turn to real confidence, and next thing you know, they like, okay, our philosophy working.
But it just has to go. I mean, you're looking at the history of the sport, right. Going back to 1972. Your schedule, your strength of schedule this year is easier than the 1972 Dolphins that won the Super Bowl. That's the last time a strength of schedule with that level of difficulty has won the Super Bowl. So you have to look back at that and say, there's something's got to give, right? Granted, you can't do anything about it, right? You got to look at the schedule makers. You can't say, what are you gonna do, right? But I'm just saying, it has historical consequences. Strength of schedule.
Aaron, if you don't know, this is stat man.
No,
he got all the advanced stats.
You can't sit here and say that. I mean,
48.
You would go down in the history books if you won the Super Bowl. You would go down in the history books as a team with that difficulty percentage winning a Super Bowl. So historical consequences are real.
Yeah, like listen, history. Is bound to tell us maybe what the past is going to look like. But did you expect Jalen Hurts to look like this year?
I did.
I expected him to improve.
We talked
but
about.
I wouldn't say to ascend to.
I didn't say. I don't think MVP caliber, no shot. Yeah. But I said for a fact, especially after the offseason that they had, I said for
when you go and get a
top 7 wide receiver.
Yeah, you going a person that literally bullies everybody when the ball's in the air, and he's gonna win those. A 50-50 turned into a 80-20, 90-10 with him, to be honest. Even I want to say this though. That pass to the left side, bro, where that touchdown he had, like most receiver, he
was wide open.
No, he wasn't wide open. The receiver, the corner is latched onto him, and it literally drops in there.
Bully ball.
Those plays like that is like bully. Damn, like.
We ain't had those in the past, right? Like,
no. Last time you probably did with like Alshon Jeffrey, maybe that's the last time you had a wide receiver of that type of strength.
Right now, Rager would have got washed out of bounds.
Rager would have out the stadium.
He would have.
Rager would have been waiting for the punt return still.
Oh man,
good point though. Like, but. The goal, right? Like they get into the playoffs and they only got 1-2 games. We don't know what those 2 games are going to look like. Divisional round could be against the Cowboys, could be against the Giants because the NFC East looking crazy. Divisional games is always tough. Like you saw the Saints and the Bucks. Like I thought the Saints was about to win that. Like I was a little upset because of the draft position, but at the same time. Like the Panthers, they still got a chance to go to the playoffs.
It's wild.
And I'm glad you brought up the Bucks because that is my only concern any team in the NFC. Not even that because the Bucks are good, but just because Tom Brady is still playing quarterback. Like what we just saw him do in the last 5 minutes of that game. Granted, it was the Saints, but he was down 2 scores and just okay, time to go to work and did it like nothing. Like that's just scary. That it doesn't matter who's around this guy, how good his team is, who he's playing against. Like it's just
he's done it. He's done it 3 times in the last 2 months.
Right, and
he did it in.
There's something to be said for a guy who's been there so often. Like, so that goes for any team in the NFC, though, not just the Eagles. Like, just Tom Brady being in that conference makes it much harder for you to pick against them.
And you know what? It's a great point because you look at last year's playoffs, right? The Eagles played them first round, right? They lost first round, the Bucks, right? And then the Bucks play the Super Bowl champion Rams, but the game's over by halftime. It's over by halftime. And then Tom Brady says, I don't think so, and comes back and makes it. We have to get a game-winning drive to win the game. So he's never fucking out of a game. Doesn't matter who's on his roster. Doesn't matter what the score is. And then you got guys sitting on the other side of the fucking bench, and they're looking across the way and they're like, Tom Brady could cut. Tom Brady. There's always that doubt in your mind, like Tom Brady could still come back right now. Like we got to tense up and clutch up.
There's the clip in the Super Bowl when the Falcons went up 28-3, and someone says to Mohamed Sanu, "Oh yeah, we got this thing," and he's like, "Not against these guys. Like, calm down with that talk." And what happened? Like, so, and there's something. If you let that doubt creep in your mind,
something happens. And that's just what happens. I mean, you sit across from the GOAT, man. That's GOAT shit. That's what happens.
I think it's the experience though. Him, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers hasn't really won in the playoffs a lot, but like you can't sleep on them because like they know how to make the plays to win the game in those big moments.
Well, they also just don't make mistakes, right? That's the biggest thing about them is like they don't throw interceptions. They know how to step in a pocket, throw the ball away. They know how to get you out of bounds. Like they just do everything perfectly.
Like a perfect example of that is during their Super Bowl run. There was the game against the Packers for the Bucks. There was a play. It was like right before halftime, and like nothing was developing, and Brady just throws it away. And like I was like, that play might have won them the game.
Yeah.
A young quarterback tries to force it in. It's
maybe gets picked off. Yeah, exactly.
It's a 14-point swing. Brady throws it into the dirt. They go into halftime. They come back out, and now they beat the Packers. Like it's little stupid things like that people don't pay attention to that win games.
But especially in the playoffs where every single play is scrutinized in the playoffs, right? Every single play. Like a 3-yard run when it should have been 5 could lose you the game. And you're playing against guys. Yeah, exactly. Mark Ingram, exactly.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll see though. I mean, the Eagles look good. I definitely think that they're the best team in the league right now. But it's tough. I mean, the Bengals look good, like the Chiefs. I do think the Eagles can make it to the Super Bowl, but you know, we're gonna need to be able to stop the run. Like that's our biggest situation, and like that intermediate middle of the field. TJ Edwards is great at tackling, but you know, I don't know about his like Tampa 2 getting in cover. You know, being able to drop back into that zone because we get killed by tight ends all the time.
I was about to say, I think it's been a while since y'all had two solid linebackers.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of just plug and play right now, and then you obviously got the DBs behind them, and then you got the front 4 or 5 guys that rush the quarterback to make their jobs easier.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has definitely been solid for that team. As far as a Super Bowl winning defense, I think the verdict is still out on that, but they have enough pieces to win a Super Bowl on the defense. It's not like you have like a resounding weakness where it's like, oh my God, if you just attack this one spot, like last year with the Bengals, if you just attacked Eli Apple, you win the game. Like you just go after Eli Apple because he can't single cover. And if you bring a second guy over, you open up the other side of the field. Like the Eagles really don't have a weakness like that. So it's good. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, best team in the league, I would say right now, yes. But it's just the Chiefs for me. I think it's just the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and then it's just everybody else. It doesn't even matter. The Chiefs could be fucking 9-5, 6-6, whatever. I still say watch out for the Chiefs just because of who they got.
Oh, any given time, but you know,
any given Sunday.
That's if they make it to the Super Bowl, because I'm saying that the Eagles are gonna make it to the Super Bowl.
Right. Because
right. So let me get one thing straight.
It's definitely a tougher path for them on the AFC side. Like when you look at the Eagles, like to me, especially now that Jimmy G's out, the Eagles really just got to get past Dallas, and then if the
49ers
Tom
defense.
Brady's there, and because Tom Brady. But other than that, I mean, like that's it. Like the Eagles should be in the Super Bowl.
I mean,
Well, who would the Eagles play in the first round?
They'd have a bye.
They'd have a bye.
And then it would be the winner of the 4-5 matchup.
4-5 matchup. That would be.
So that'd be the Bucks or the Cowboys.
Well, I thought it was dependent on whoever the lowest seed is.
No, I don't think the NFL reseeds. Or
They
wait, no,
don't
the
reseed.
NFL does reseed.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
NBA
so
does. The NBA does.
NBA doesn't reseed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So yeah, whoever the lowest remaining seed is left.
Yep.
So probably the 4 or 5 seed. Still, because you figure the 2 seed is going to be who? Well, no, because Minnesota might lose to whoever the 6 seed is.
Right.
Because Minnesota, I don't think, is a very good football team. They just played a competition. And
let's
if
see
they'd play the Giants right now.
Let's see the
I
NFC
think they
playoff projection right now. They got the NFC East champions, number 1 seed Eagles, number 2 seed Vikings, number 3 seed 49ers, number 4 seed Bucks. Wild card 1 Cowboys, wild card 2 Seahawks, wild card 3 Giants.
Yeah, see, I think the Seahawks are going to drop, though, and I think it's going to be the Giants going to get the 6th seed, and I think that they could beat Minnesota.
You think the Seahawks are going to drop?
Yes.
Who do you think they're going to?
Commanders?
I just think that Geno Smith has to come back down to earth.
Commanders, maybe?
They get to play the Rams again, so that's another win for them.
Yeah, who do they got left?
I don't know though. The Commanders, like, you get Chase Young back. They got a top. You mean Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen? Like, that D line is type crazy.
Seattle's got Carolina, San Fran, Kansas City, the Jets, and the Rams. See, so Carolina, they should win. The Niners, even though it's Brock Purdy, you never know a division game. Chiefs, they should lose. The Jets, they could lose.
AFC. This is
And
AFC
Rams,
playoff
it's a
picture right
division
now.
game.
Okay.
Well, we're
Is
talking about the
that right?
NFC playoff picture right now, Lawrence.
I got that for you too.
Yeah,
Well,
On
that's the
hand.
first one
You
that
feel
came
me?
up.
I
You
like
feel
that.
me?
I like that. In the hunt, I cannot believe the Lions are in the hunt. My squad. That's
Yeah,
my,
I just took
love the Lions.
I just took the next 4. So
They actually, I mean, that shit.
it's possible.
It's possible.
It could-
It's
it
not
could be.
mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
It's not statistically impossible
Well,
for it to not happen.
Because the Seahawks, I really like. They're sitting at 7-5, but they're not a real 7-5 team, and they have a tough stretch coming up. Like, so that 7 seed and that 4 seed are still, because the 4 seed is going to be whoever comes out of that shit division. Shout out to the Falcons.
I mean, the Rams almost did just beat the Seahawks, and now we got the Baker, and he's in the oven. The Baker is baking, so you never know what happens in that game.
Yeah. How do you feel about getting Baker Mayfield?
Me?
Yes.
Who did you just sign with?
The Rams, right?
He's a Rams fan. He's disowning his team because they're on I don't even know if it's a honeymoon vacation.
Sabbatical.
I don't know what it is.
This is the consequences of selling your soul. You're looking at it, and you're looking at it firsthand. You lose
said,
Cooper Kupp, you lose Allen Robinson, you lose your full offensive line before week 2.
They
You
did
lose your
some
starting
type
quarterback.
of sacrifice or something.
Yeah,
Said
they-
last season.
McVay sat on the plane next to Baker the whole way to the draft combine.
Yeah, I saw
He was
that.
really impressed by him, so he's very excited about the opportunity to work with his talent. I said, just come on and tell the truth. Y'all just didn't want the Niners to get him.
Yes.
That's what happened.
And I'm all right with that.
Yeah, just tell the truth. Because your season's over, so there's no real need to bring him in.
And also, you know what? Everybody keeps telling me the same thing. Baker Mayfield. I'm like, boys, John Walford. Like, who would you rather have?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Baker Mayfield
as
is
long
a,
as you don't as long as you don't look at it like, oh, we're gonna go to the playoffs now because we have Baker.
right. Like it's.
they're just looking at it like I'd rather put Baker out there for the next 5 weeks.
I'd rather
than watch
score.
John
I'd rather
Wall.
score 18 points than have John Walford go out there and barely see over the offensive line.
I think they get some type of draft compensation.
And we also
for,
get a
picking him
compensation
up.
pick for
How
picking
do-
him up if he signs
Yeah.
with another team next year.
Dre said, "How do you guys think the Giants finish out? They have the Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Colts, and Eagles.
Oof,
They
that's
honestly could win just one or two of those games.
they honestly could win one game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's going to come against the Eagles because we'll lock up something and we'll have to sit our guys.
yeah.
That's true.
I think probably Colts, Eagles. I can see Colts,
the
Eagles,
Vikings,
and
I'm telling
Commanders.
you, I don't
Vikings?
know why we're all so high in the. We just talked about how the Vikings don't play well against playoff teams 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but the Giants have they hurt bad, and they have no receivers. Who is Daniel Jones throwing to? Unless
and
he
you
start
ain't
running
wrong.
the rock.
But
Slayton?
I just
That's
saw
true.
Kenny
I
Galladay.
just saw Mike White.
Richie James?
Richie James and Kenny Galladay.
Kenny Galladay is holding. He's holding Gatorade bottles.
And guess what? He's getting paid a pretty penny to do it. I would be a water boy for his contract too.
My mama said.
Yeah, so the Giants. I mean, listen, I think they scratch out 2 more wins, but I don't see them winning against the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings definitely can win close games. They 9-0 in close games, but they make things look a little bit harder than they need them to. But they can't match up against elite teams.
They're 9-0 in close games because every fucking game they play is a close game.
But I'm just nervous. Like I just watched Mike White go for 370 against them. Like I don't care anyone says Daniel Jones is better than Mike White.
Yeah, whoa! The stats though, like the only stat that matters is winning the game. You can get the Eagles won the Super Bowl and Tom Brady set a passing record on us.
100%. But if you let Daniel Jones do what Daniel Jones is actually capable of doing, like it's going to be a
180 yards passing,
40 yards rushing,
40 yards rushing.
Okay.
1 rush TD, no pass TDs.
Okay, Daniel, I'm telling you.
Saquon 18.
I like the running game better.
Then who?
I like the Giants running game better than I like the Jets running game. Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think he could slice them up. Like I don't think that the Vikings are this like they're not a real number 2 seed. I don't know. I just don't think that.
You don't think they're the juggernaut that everybody thinks they are?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think.
Really?
Like I'm not saying the Giants are favored to win, but like if the Giants beat the Vikings, like I wouldn't come on here and be like, "Wow, I can't believe what I just watched on Sunday."
Yeah.
So well, I think a lot of the stuff that happens is with that game or with the Vikings right now is they look at that Buffalo Bills win, but people will look at it and say "Oh my God, the Vikings beat the Bills at home in Buffalo." But what people won't know unless they watch the game is Justin Jefferson literally had to put his hand into heaven to catch a fucking
in that fumble,
an impossible ball, and Josh Allen had to fumble a snap on the 1 yard line for the Vikings to win that game.
Cute that keeps getting brought up, but people also forget that the next week the Vikings went home and lost 40-3 to the Cowboys. Like that just is erased from memory. Like they beat the Bills. That's cute. Then they went home and played the Cowboys and lost 40-3.
Trayvon Diggs.
These are the same teams.
And also the refs that week against the Bills, because that was the same week the Eagles played the Redskins. The refs was on some shit that week. They missed a face mask against the Eagles and the Redskins that turned into a fumble. But that same game against the Bills and the Vikings, they had 12 men on the field. The Bills on defense on the 4th down stop. So
it's things like that. It's things like that just make you just like.
How the fuck you get paid?
How does that happen?
How do you get paid to do a job? Like think about this. All right, you make minimum wage at McDonald's, and you fuck up. Somebody calls your manager, you're getting fired. These motherfuckers make how much do you think an NFL ref makes, Kenny? 100K?
On the side.
It's definitely
probably
and they fuck up more than any motherfucker in the world. These referees and umpires and everything, and nothing ever happens.
You know why?
So that's my next time I get in trouble at work, I'm going in the office. I'm saying I'm only human.
No, not because you're only human. Because no one.
I make mistakes. It's okay.
No one wants to. Do you want to be the guy responsible for?
Yeah, give me that fucking job. I get to watch every game right there. I'm ready.
Neil,
I'm right there.
My man,
I promise you, if you have that mindset, you're gonna miss mad calls because you're gonna be thinking about highlights and there's somebody getting held and tackled.
Well, then what would change? What would change between now and me if I was the ref? They're doing the same. They're signing autographs. They're getting autographs for him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Did ask Mike Evans for his autograph.
Yeah.
Literally, don't they have like security?
A week after that ridiculous roughing the passer penalty. Things that make you go,
Don't they have security escort some of the refs sometimes after the game?
Yeah, I put up
calls.
AFC here.
I fucking hate the Bills.
Y'all stupid. Bills #1, man.
I hate everything about the
Chiefs at #2, Ravens at 3, Titans at 4, Bengals at 5, Dolphins at 6, then the Jets at 7. And then we got the good old Patriots, Chargers, Raiders, and Browns.
Wow, it's crazy to think that the Dolphins are a 6 seed and their team is good. That very good.
Yeah, why the Dolphins are a 6 seed?
Out.
Yeah, because they had to play with Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Tua was dead. I forgot Tua died.
Who would have thought the Dolphins?
What is Tua right now? Since he's played 8-1.
He's got one loss.
One loss. He never loses games.
He started and finished. He has one loss in the last 2 years.
He never loses games.
But he stinks.
He doesn't lose.
He's a winner.
He literally just doesn't lose. He never loses fucking football games. And
Also
it's
depends on the
insane.
weather as well.
What's your thought on because I kind of skipped it, the 49ers and the Dolphins game?
I mean, I don't think it was a good
that's
look
a
for the
bad
Dolphins,
look.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like I'm sitting here bragging about how Tua doesn't lose games. He lost to like that was not a good look for the Dolphins. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But again,
but
right?
I-
Like
go
he
ahead.
worked under. You feel me? Mike McDaniel's. Kyle
you
Shanahan.
took the words out of my mouth. 'Cause Kyle Shanahan owns the guys that worked for him. Sean McVay, except for the one game in the playoffs, he owns Sean McVay. So I just think Shanahan's just a really good coach and knows like this is what they're gonna do. So let's just.
Plus, that defense is scary.
Right, and they have a phenomenal defense. So.
Lawrence, what team is Dre? Dre's team is what?
He's a Chargers fan.
Must win game for a Sunday night.
He said about to be 8-2. Nah,
You ain't beating Tua, bro.
all I'm saying is
Biggest
you had trouble with DA. Now you gotta go chase Waddle
And
Tyreek Hill. Good luck.
Tyreek Hill.
There's gonna be a lot of holding.
Not even Lawrence said it.
Leave him
Now
to
you gotta
hold
go.
it.
Now you gotta go guard Tyreek Hill and Chase Waddle around. Like either way you fucking put it, it's crazy. Like how the fuck, man? Let me tell you, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're like,
And then Raheem and Jeff Wilson in the backfield,
Bro, people
that are
talking
track
about-
stars.
talking about motherfucking. We can't wait to watch Tua underthrow receivers all year. Man, these boys got 1,000+. Both of them.
I
I'll
thought
admit it.
Tyreek-
When people
was
hate the
not-
lies, when people hate, the lies sound better.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was not a Tua believer. I was like, I don't know. But guess what? He proved me wrong. I said with this talent, he has to do something, or else I don't believe.
I was a year early on
finally
Tua.
did it.
I went all in on Tua last year. I drafted him
Yeah,
all.
It wasn't smart last year.
No, it wasn't.
I
I
drafted
didn't.
him this year, so
I was a little early on him last year, but obviously I missed the window by a year. But I was there. Your
Phil-
boy was there.
Phil, what the Patriots in the hunt? You think they got a legitimate chance with the rest of their schedule?
it looks like a scary rest of the schedule. I mean, probably like 2 winnable games out of the rest. I think we beat the Raiders and the Cardinals, but after that, very, very scary. I think if they play the Dolphins again and the Jets, it could be a toss-up, and the Bills again. So yeah, I don't see a very good outlook.
You think you beat the Raiders?
Yes, absolutely. If we're running against Josh McDaniels, of course we got to.
Don't look now, but you got Cleveland and Pittsburgh also sitting at 5-7 right there, and Deshaun Watson came back.
Very
now.
true. Very
Josh
true.
McDaniels beat the Patriots with Tim Tebow back in the day.
Back in the day, I mean,
You got Mac Jones.
My man Tim Tebow couldn't throw with his left foot, and he was out there beating the Patriots.
Text the group chat right now,
Yep.
Phil, and tell Nick you're beating the Raiders right now.
we saw what happened. We saw what happened in the playoffs though against Tim Tebow and the Patriots.
That is true.
Completely different story.
But
I got you.
Text him right now. Say, hey, Nick.
Let's get to the we'll wrap it up here. We'll get to the pick'ems.
Pick'ems.
Aaron, we do was it 4 games a week?
4, yeah.
Yeah, and
Except
Phil
for
has
holidays.
he's got Baller Central. He has another podcast that he does.
What does he have? What does he have?
It's head to head. Kenny just lagged out again.
What does he have, Phil? Phil, what do you have?
Huh?
Yeah,
An ad 500 record.
it's
Neil.
not allowed
We have
on this
we have
podcast.
an ad 500 record.
Oh man,
That
But-
that word is not allowed on this
And
podcast.
a
we
somewhat
gotta wait for him to come back.
Bro, he needs to get the hotspot going.
But what? Hey, what's your thought on the overall season, just from outside of the Eagles?
What do you mean? He's a fucking Eagles fan. Of course he's gonna say it's an amazing
I'm saying
season.
I like full
Tremendous.
picture.
Yeah.
Like full picture. If you can just talk about just your team,
Just a week
that's
picture.
cool.
yeah. Oh no, I full picture. Like looking at, didn't expect the NFC East to look like how they look. To be honest,
Or AFC
I
East.
thought the Cowboys was going to crumble after Dak Prescott got hurt. Didn't expect the Bucks to come out kind of like the Bucks or the Packers to come out and be as bad as they are. I mean, actually, the Packers. I don't know. They traded
No,
away
Devontae
Devontae
Adams.
Adams, so that makes sense.
Yeah, they stink.
But I think the biggest surprise, I think the AFC West. I mean, that's got to be the biggest disappointment. Russell Wilson and the Broncos. I mean, they look horrible. Like they look like Tim Kelly and
Oh
in
man.
the playoffs.
Oh man. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Boy, we supposed to be in the national championship, brother.
But yeah, I mean, the AFC West got to be the biggest disappointment, and I think the Seahawks knew what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple good picks out of it. They got some great draft picks, and Geno looked great. I mean, he's doing everything right. I mean, he's completing 70%, of his passes. Metcalf is balling. Tyler Lockett is balling. Then they got that young boy. What's his running back? Kenneth Walker. I mean, Walker. And then the other
Tariq Woolen too.
Like,
yeah. Tariq Woolen is a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I think outside of the Eagles, Seahawks is probably like my favorite team to watch right now, just because they've been. I didn't expect them to come out like this.
We didn't. We saw game 1 of Geno. We're like, all right. Game 2, all right, and he just kept it going. I was like, shit. They made right.
You ain't talk about game 3. What happened game 3?
Yeah, tell him, Kenny.
Wait, what happened game 3?
They lost to Atlanta game 3.
They did. They did, and they let them come back.
Are we really surprised?
That's what it is, though. All right, man. Kenny, we're gonna get to the pick'ems, man.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get to the pick'ems. Yeah. So yeah, Aaron, like I was saying,
we gotta pick a Thursday night game.
Yeah, we got to pick a Thursday.
Wait, Neil, who's playing Thursday night?
I don't know. I'm not watching it, so I don't fucking know. We gotta pick the fucking Thursday night game. I haven't watched the Rams in 5 weeks.
So we do pick'ems. We've done it every week this season. We pick the 3 primetime games and then a special game that I believe Kenny you picked.
Well, yeah, we've alternated. This week it was our turn to pick, so I picked it. But okay. So first game we got is Thursday night is Vegas and the Rams.
Vegas the house Rams. Or Vegas the Raiders?
What you thinking, Aaron? We'll let you go first.
I'm thinking Vegas. I mean, Vegas high. I mean, the Rams they sold. So I just don't see. And Ramsey not really having a great year. I mean,
Shaw, I don't want to listen to this.
This is what I be talking about, right? Is people can talk about whatever about your team, but then as soon as it's their turn, they can't take the heat. They can't take the heat. Wow. This is on full display. I might have to clip this because you see how we haven't been doing the podcast for like 2 weeks. First thing, it's New Orleans.
Hello,
out the gate. And I gotta sit there and I just gotta take it. You feel me? And he gotta take his headphones off. But nah.
Vegas look good. I mean, it looked better than before, so I'm going Vegas.
Yeah, it definitely took him some time to get things figured out. I'm going Vegas too. The Rams suck.
Oh.
I just don't. I mean, they got the most people injured. It was some stat that came out and said that they had like $150 million worth of cap salary on injured. Like that's injured right now.
Now that's a stat.
You know what I'm saying? So like Aaron,
we set a record this year. We set a Super Bowl record for most offensive line combinations played in a season, and the season's not over yet.
Kenny, I'll take Viva Las Vegas.
All right.
I mean, Kenny, if everybody's picking a Ram, I gotta go pick the Ram. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield, baby. Give me Baker.
Let Baker bake.
Give me Tyler Higbee. Give me Tutu Atwell.
Let him bake.
Skoranek as well.
He said
give me Cam Akers.
Tutu Atwell.
9 career catches. Give me him.
Tyler Higbee,
punt returner.
He doesn't return punts.
Jet sweep. Yeah, he can't now.
He doesn't. He never has. Brandon Powell returned punts. Yeah. Brandon Powell, the boy.
Oh, that's about to say they both midgets.
If the Rams beat Raiders on Thursday, I donate to the channel.
Flip that.
I got you.
Oh man.
I was about to say he don't like you now. Neil don't like it. He said, "Nah."
I said, "Neil, no. If the Rams beat the Raiders." Nick won't be able to hear it.
He's coming on the fucking podcast the week after if the Rams beat the Raiders. In full Rams gear.
That's a deal? That's a deal.
Oh, man.
Neil, that's a deal.
Yeah, he better be a fucking deal after that statement.
All right, Kenny, what's the next game, man? What we got?
Tampa Bay and San Francisco.
Give me the fucking Bucks. Give me the Bucks. Fuck the 49ers. I'm so happy Jimmy Garoppolo broke his foot.
It sounds
Fuck
personal.
that team.
That sounds a little personal.
I'm gonna go. Man, this is
Fuck
tough.
them.
I think it's gonna be the. Just that defense, the 49ers defense, man.
Fuck
is
the
gonna get after
49ers
it.
defense. Fuck them.
They're gonna get after it.
I'm going to Tampa Bay. They need this.
Yeah, go with Tampa Bay. Fuck the 49ers.
Where's the game at?
San Fran.
San Fran.
Don't mean shit.
I'm gonna take Tampa on this. I'll take Tampa.
It's Tom Brady.
I'm just not convinced on
wants
the Purdy kid.
Yeah, that's what my heart
Yeah.
wants San Fran to win, but my brain says Tom Brady versus Brock Purdy. Like, what are we really doing
In California, so
Yeah.
homeland.
Tom's auditioning for his future team because he's going to be a 49er next year. So he's auditioning.
Good. Let him come to fucking anybody but Jimmy Garoppolo.
Kenny,
Please.
I'll take San Fran.
You give him Ayuk, Debo,
I'll take the
CMC,
I hope you're right.
Elijah Mitchell, Kittle. Oh my goodness.
I think the defense does its job on Sunday. Hopefully.
Sunday night game, Miami and the Chargers.
Miami.
I'll take the man who never wins or always wins. Sorry, Tua.
And I wouldn't be surprised
Wait,
if
Kenny,
this gets out of hand early.
what's the weather conditions?
Well, it's in LA, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, don't they play in a dome?
They play in a fucking dome, Phil. It's L.A.
Wait, how's
It's SoFi Stadium.
How's the conditioning in there? Is it nice? I'm guessing. I'll take Miami.
They might cramp,
It's
Phil. They
the
might
Dolphins,
cramp.
not the Bills.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
gonna pull a Spurs on LeBron.
They got a
Bring
couple
the
mini
wild.
splits.
They didn't bring the fans.
Okay, I'm gonna go Miami.
I'm gonna go Miami too.
Yeah, I'm
I
rolling
just don't
Miami.
have no faith in the Chargers defense.
No,
Yeah,
the Chargers are the AFC version of the Falcons. Like, they
Dre-
get these leads and they blow. Like, they don't get as much publicity about it because the Falcons are just so bad at it. But they do the same thing as us. So, like,
Mike Williams still hurt, right? Is he playing this week?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, he-
questionable, but like,
yeah,
he's been
it's a high
questionable
ankle.
for the past 3
Yeah,
weeks.
nope.
Yeah, high ankle sprain.
Yeah, I'll take Miami.
Dre said about I think it was like 5-10 minutes ago. He said we have no wins over current playoff teams this season. I think that changes Sunday. Our defense is horrible.
Lightning
but
bolt.
But theirs ain't too sharp either.
But statistic, Justin Herbert has the most INTs for touchdowns. So pick sixes since he got to the league.
That's a stat.
Oh my goodness! Out of all the quarterbacks right now,
Since he's gotten to the league, he's thrown the most pick sixes.
Chargers get an Indianapolis Chargers.
I was gonna say because Jared Goff has got to be up there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Jameis Winston that one year.
Matt Stafford this
30
year.
for 30. 30 for 30.
and then what's the last one?
The last one is the Monday night game, which is the Patriots and Cardinals. Oh, wait, so you got Miami, you said, Lawrence? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, I got my.
Oh, we gotta pick that game.
Kenny, you know what I'm walking with.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know if I'm gonna watch this game.
I probably won't watch it. I didn't watch the Arizona and Saints game because it was awful.
Yeah, I ain't watching this game. I'll pick it, but I ain't watching it. I'm gonna go Pats. Cardinals are trash.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pats too.
Yeah, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm going Arizona.
I'm going Arizona too. I'm with you. Yeah, Phil. How's that feel? How's that feel, Phil?
I have individual leads, so I'm fine.
How's
I'm
that
chilling.
feel, Phil?
I can afford to lose one. That's fine.
Who's leading right now? You leading?
I gotta go back and check because
Yeah, so
Lawrence.
wait, are we?
But it might not be 100% accurate, Phil, because you didn't fill in Lawrence's and Neil's picks, and they texted us the Thanksgiving week. So
Come
those
on,
aren't
Phil.
zeros.
Of course, Phil, you fucked it up, Phil.
Double
You
agent.
fucked it up.
Wow.
Double agent?
Because Thanksgiving week, Lawrence asked us, "Who do you guys pick?"
Yeah.
So we put something up on the page, so I thought that you filled that out.
Fucked
so
it up,
You have
Phil.
them zeros.
I thought they were filling it individually.
Hey, Kenny.
Well, it's in our group chat though. Like
Kenny.
so their picks were made.
Did Phil
I
fill out
texted,
the
right?
fucking
Yeah,
Baller
they're in
Central
the-
picks? Of
The-
course he did.
The Thanksgiving week.
Because that's my job. All I do is work on my side, ball central. That's it. For their picks. I did my job.
Thanksgiving week.
I hate
Lawrence
Phil.
put in our group chat, "Who do you guys got for pick'ems today?" Because I want to put a graphic up. So those picks were made.
Just not on the Excel sheet. You said they're
It
supposed to be on
doesn't
the Excel
matter,
sheet.
Phil. They put them. He asked who the picks are. What do
God-
you mean? They made the pick. It's
God
not like they
damn
said
it, Phil!
After the game was made.
Oh man.
You know what, Phil? I want him off the
man.
podcast.
If
Your
you
boy's
couldn't-
taking
if you
over.
couldn't fill out the
Phil's
sheet
out.
And you texted me today and said, Kenny, these are my picks for the week. I'm not gonna say, oh, we didn't put it in the spreadsheet.
No, I go
Before
with
the
that
game
one.
The
kicked
same
off.
thing happened
We're
to
good,
Ball
we're good.
Central.
We're
Same
good.
thing happened
No.
to us.
Did they text me they texted me who their picks were?
It was on the show.
Whose fault is that then? You didn't tell me that.
Damn.
You didn't say that. You didn't say
Exactly.
that. You
He
didn't
did
say
not
that, Phil.
Right, you said
You
they
didn't-
pick. You said
Yeah, you said they
to
forgot.
pick this week.
Yeah, you said they forgot. You didn't say it was in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. If you would have said that, it's a whole different story. You can go back and add it then if that's the case. If there's video proof of their pick, I'm not gonna argue with you there.
All right, man.
We'll figure it out after this.
Man, listen.
Yeah, we'll figure it out after this. I fucked up, but we'll figure it out after this. Hey, guess what,
No,
Phil?
you-
You're only human, all right?
I'm only human.
Right.
Oh man. All right, and then the last thing, man, is MVP race. Who you guys thinking for MVP right now?
Right now?
Yeah,
Kermit the Frog. Easy.
Kermit the Frog.
Yep.
These are
Guys, talk like
the
Nah, it's got
these
guys.
are top.
Nah,
These
it's
are top
Hurts.
5 right
Between
now.
two guys. It's either Hurts or I'm going with Tua for the simple fact that, like we said, we literally were able to see what the Dolphins are without Tua, and that is a very bad football team. And with
Yep.
Tua, they're one of the best. So, but if you give it to Hurts, you're not going to get an argument from me. But I think that it's between those.
You know who? You know what you'll get an argument from me by is if motherfucking Josh Allen wins the MVP because he was on a pedestal. He was supposed to be fucking the best quarterback in the last 25 years this year, and he hasn't. I mean, sure he's been good, but he hasn't been MVP level. I'm going Hurts or Patty.
So right now, Patrick Mahomes is plus 125, according to Vegas. Jalen Hurts is plus 175. Tua is plus 1200.
It's because he didn't play. He's not going to get it because he wanted the numbers, but
Yeah. And then Josh Allen is plus 1400, and then Joe Burrow just took a huge leap. He's plus 600 right now. And last week,
Damn.
he was plus 1800.
Damn, that's a nice cash out right there. I bet.
Yeah, so he took a nice leap. He's in third right now, technically, according to Vegas.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna go. I want to be biased and go Hurts, but
No, I mean it's not biased if it's a good. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
he's in the-
it is a good pick. But Mahomes is like
that
it's
guy.
just the
Yeah, but you know
Tyreek Hill
what?
effect, though.
We
Like,
kinda
look
talked
what he
about-
doing with Tua, and now look what he doing. Like what Mahomes is doing without
Right.
Tyreek Hill. I mean, he still got Kelsey,
That's-
but like
That's a good point. And you know what else though too is we've seen Patrick Mahomes do this. Like it's like I feel like
It's
he
the
kind
LeBron
of gets
James
stuck in the LeBron James effect where it's like if you don't throw for 45 touchdowns then are you really MVP, Patty? Because we've seen you do it. So how can we award you an MVP if you're doing worse than what you did your MVP season? Blah, 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 blah. Or like the Aaron Donald effect. Like Aaron Donald should win Defensive Player of the Year every year. He's just that dominant. But he won't because obviously he won't have the numbers that he won when he won it. But whatever. So I think I honestly really, really do think if Jalen Hurts finishes the year out strong, it has to be Hurts. It has to be. Especially after last year.
yeah, that's true. He definitely made a big jump. I mean,
But it's MVP, not most improved.
No,
So
I know, but I you never, take that shit into account.
no.
I just
That's
think
why, Kenny, that's why you don't get a vote, all right? That's why you don't get a vote.
I'm the closest one on this panel to getting one.
But guess
think,
what? You don't got one yet, boy.
the Chiefs can't really run the ball, or they just don't. So like they gotta pass the
They
rock.
just choose not to. Yeah.
Right, like you go into the game knowing what they're gonna do, and you still can't stop it.
Still can't stop it.
I feel like if Hurts got hurt, I mean, he was definitely gonna be devastated. But like, we still got a dynamic O line, and we can run the rock, and we gonna be able to still challenge some teams. I just don't see the Chiefs doing any of that without Pat.
If Hurts got hurt, y'all got Gardner Minshew, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Easy, Vic. Easy.
Slinger.
Yeah, that's an easy win. Fuck out of here.
Dash.
Are you crazy?
Pat Mahomes ain't coming. Like that person ain't behind Pat Mahomes. Whoever they backup quarterback is, Chad.
Who
Henne
is
or whatever.
Patrick Mahomes' backup quarterback?
It used to be Chad Henne. I don't know who it is now.
He ain't no Gardner. He ain't no Minshew mania.
So, he ain't gonna be able to come in and do what Pat did, and then with the run game that they don't have and the defense how they struggling, Pat Mahomes mean more to that team than I think Jalen Hurts mean to the Eagles.
It still is Chad Henne, by the way. He is still.
Damn.
Jesus
How old
Christ.
is he?
He's got to be 38 years old.
Yeah, he collecting that check.
Yeah,
He might
and then-
37. He will be 38 in July.
Damn. He might as well be on fucking. Well, he is old as fuck.
Damn, Brady.
37.
Yeah, he definitely old.
Damn.
Yeah.
Though Kevin Hart Don Cheeto moment.
He's got retirement money coming in and NFL money coming in. He's that old.
Damn.
He really a coach at this point.
Really, that's why they got him.
He's a coordinator.
You put all your eggs in the basket of
What
Patty
you see on that
Bass.
play, Chad?
He don't even dress.
You said, what'd you see on that play, Chad?
What'd you see over there? Yeah, he walks over. Hey, what'd you see on that play, Chad?
Just sweatpants the whole game.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
That's a good one.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, man.
That was a good one. I do want to get like Zach Wilson. I don't see him being the future for
No.
the Jets.
No chance.
No,
I see them
chance.
drafting a new quarterback.
Nah, they're gonna have to grab
Yeah,
something.
we had the same conversation because I told them they said, "Oh, Mike White." I'm telling you, Mike White is a good spark plug, but he also is not your answer either. They needed to bring a new quarterback.
He is not your savior.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely not gonna get them to where they want to go. But you know, for now,
Yeah,
it'll
be
keep
all
them right. But do you want to keep winning and not be in good draft contention for a quarterback?
right.
No.
He's the equivalent of
Put
Taylor
Wilson back
Heineke.
in.
Like you couldn't win with him, but you ain't doing anything special with him.
You're
Yeah,
not making a run with him. Yeah.
Also, I do want to say, OBJ is almost guaranteed to sign with the Cowboys. Like that's almost a guarantee at this point.
Thank you for bringing him up because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm like over this guy at this point. Like,
I'm not.
He's on college visits.
yeah,
He'd
like
be
I'm
best- he'd
sorry.
be
Like,
best receiver.
We're going into week 14, and he's going to taking recruiting visits, but he's refusing to work out for teams. Like, I'm sorry. At this point, if I'm a team, like,
Didn't they say his knee is destroyed still?
no,
Yeah, he just tore his
he's
ACL.
cleared. He's cleared. That's
they said
why
He said he's
They-
5 weeks away.
he's 5 weeks away. When was if he's 5 weeks away and teams are
So
willing
then-
to drop a bag on him for multiple years, they're idiots.
You think that they said a report?
I
came out
don't
about
think
Dallas.
anybody's looking to buy him for multiple years.
That's what he's looking for is a multiple year contract.
Yeah, 6 hours ago, CBS NFL released an article saying he's 5 weeks away.
So that's
Which is
news to me.
and
So
then
it's
some
about-
teams don't want to. They don't think he's worth the headache because they want him to play.
Yeah, and plus, he had that whole shit where he was high as fuck on the plane, passed out on the plane, high as fuck.
That's what happened.
His agent said he was taking a nap like he always does on a plane. Boy, he was slumped. The flight attendant said he was slumped.
Yeah, they had the air marshal had to escort him off the
Yeah.
plane.
He must have visited Green Bay.
Evacuate.
He must have had a little visit with Aaron Rodgers, I guess. But, hey.
Yeah, slump boy. Yeah, man. But no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you look at, like, I don't know, man, shit. If
I'm
the Cowboys
over
get OBJ, that's danger.
It's week
I mean, if
14.
he
When's
plays.
he gonna? If he's 5 weeks away, that means he ain't gonna be ready to even take a practice field until the first week of the playoffs. Like, at what point are you even gonna contribute to a team? If you can't even work out right now, like that means I'm not putting you on the field in the first round of the playoffs. Then, so when you're gonna be healthy for the Super Bowl, cool.
Like
I
how
gotta
much
get-
money is he asking for?
He turned the Rams down.
What'd you offer him?
I think it was 10 mil for the year.
Yeah, see, like I'm not giving you more than that. Well, now obviously it's going to be prorated anyways, but
Yeah, and it's like, man, I'm the Cowboys cap space, right? Like teams just like that's why they was like letting people go.
Listen,
like
there ain't
Amari
no
Cooper and
man,
all them.
cap space ain't no
That's
such
true.
thing as
cap
cap
space
space.
doesn't exist.
We're paying
Ask-
for 2024.
Ask Lawrence about that.
Yeah,
I'm only human.
Yeah, I'm only cap space. I'm only
Ask the
human.
Rams too, because the Rams still owe Todd Gurley and Clay
No.
Matthews some money.
So
No.
the season ended. The Saints had like negative 80 mil. They start the season with plus 30.
Yeah,
That's
Like-
true.
Kenny, we've been
Yeah,
paid
watch
off
this.
them contracts 2 years in a
this.
row. Paid
Well, good
off.
for you because Todd Gurley and Clay Matthews are about to take you to small claims court.
Clay Matthews is still taking us to court.
See?
Damn.
Yeah, he's suing the Rams for something. I don't know what.
Probably because it took you 3 years to pay his contract.
So maybe don't suck.
What does
And you
that
would've got
mean?
paid.
It's a contract. You can't just not pay me. What do you mean?
Fuck you. That's what I
Maybe
would have said.
sucked because you didn't pay me.
Now he got paid. He didn't get finished to pay because he retired because he got hurt. My
Doesn't
little
matter.
baby.
Guess what? If the language in the contract says I get money even if I retire and suck, you better pay up.
What do you do with Geno Smith if you're the Seahawks? What do you do?
It's Pete Carroll, so he's stubborn, so he's gonna just keep him. He's not going to go get another quarterback.
I got to prove Russell Wilson wrong.
I don't know though,
Gotta
but
keep
like,
Geno.
look at the draft position. Like, I mean, the Broncos
Bro, you
suck.
can't. Yeah, they can't get one. Like,
So they might be able to draft the quarterback, keep Geno on the a bridge. Like,
Kenny, this is a good year for quarterbacks.
you got C.J. Stroud, you
Caleb?
got Bryce Young. No, Caleb's not out yet. You
Caleb's
got Will
next year.
Levis from Kentucky. Anthony Richardson from Florida is going to be a dark horse. I think he's a project, but he'll be all right.
what about should the Packers start? What's his name?
Jordan
Love?
Love. I think at this point, really,
what
why
do you have to
wouldn't
lose?
right?
Yeah.
Like, because
Besides-
we know that Rodgers ain't going to be there forever. So, because even if you don't think that Love is the future, you at least have to get him out there so other teams can see him, so you can try to get something for him. Because the worst thing you can do is waste a first-round pick on him, and then in 2 years let him walk and get absolutely nothing for him.
Yeah.
So they in the say Jordan Love snapping. What do you do?
How do
You
you feel about
got,
the
you
Utah
got
QB?
Rodgers.
Max?
You looked to move Rodgers. Oh wait, you can't. You just signed that contract. You tried. I guess you tried to trade Love.
You just say so. Regardless, trade Love.
You got to.
The Packers don't even really trade like that, right?
Well,
No.
it depends. I mean, say Love comes out and does good, I'd trade Rodgers. Because you'll get a team like a San Fran, because Jimmy G is likely not going to be there next year. They clearly don't love Trey Lance.
You
If
can try to
Tom Brady
house him.
doesn't sign there,
But
I
then
mean,
they
look
gotta eat that cap space. What?
Look at the
60
Look at the
million?
Texans.
yeah, I mean, it's not. The Texans won't take a guy like Aaron Rodgers though because they have so many other pieces. It'd be a team like the Bucks if Brady leaves, San Fran if Jimmy G leaves, the Jets. It's got to be a team that's just a quarterback away.
I like the Jets.
Could you imagine that? Oh,
The
my
Redskins
God.
or not the Commanders?
I
Team like
think
the
they-
Commanders too.
I
New
think
England?
A team like the
Carson Wentz
Giants?
trade burned
Yes.
them out.
I mean, there's a lot of teams that would take a guy like Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But
You gotta
with
be
the
in right
contract,
spot.
with the contract.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a team like Houston, it just doesn't make sense. Like even if you get Rodgers, you stink.
No, I was saying with a team like Houston is if Jordan Love pops off, you
Oh, yeah.
keep Rodgers and you try to trade Love.
Oh yeah, then Love makes sense in Houston because he's still young and you can
Yeah,
build around
yeah,
him.
exactly.
Like
That's
Rodgers, you
what
gotta be
I
ready
would.
to win in the next 2 years.
That's what I would do if I was the team. I would look for trying to show people what Jordan Love can do and move him for picks or players or something to help out the squad.
Todd said, "How do you guys feel about the Utah quarterback?"
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know a ton about him, so to me that says enough.
If Kenny don't know him, I definitely don't know him.
I was about to say I seen him play over the last 2 years.
Who the fuck is that guy? No.
But you drafted quarterbacks out of Utah?
Ain't that where what's his face came?
Brigham Young?
The guy that back up Lamar. What's his name? Huntley.
Yeah, he did.
Tyler,
He came from there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, stand corrected.
Well,
Tyler
still,
Huntley.
they didn't draft him.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing too, man. Since we talk about Huntley, the Ravens now they're sitting at I believe 8-4. Lamar Jackson has went down.
again.
Worst case scenario has happened,
Contract.
and he
Well, for
bet
his
on himself. Yeah, he bet on himself.
Luckily, it's
Now-
not season ending though, so
1 to 3 weeks, yeah.
Well, this is what happens every year.
Do you think he would
last
shut
year
it down?
was 3 weeks. For
shut what down? The
They're
year?
in the playoffs. Why would you shut it down?
No.
You shut it down if the season's over. What,
They're
they're
gonna-
the
are they
3
gonna
seed
win
right
the
now.
division?
Are you kidding me?
Hey, listen, I'm just
Shut it
asking
down,
I'm
he
asking
Hey,
a question.
pull that fucking AFC playoff picture back up.
This is the New Orleans Saints, man.
Hold
Bengals
on.
in
What?
five.
New Orleans
Oh,
Saints because
man.
Michael
How
Thomas
does
and all
that
those
how
boys
does
shut
that
it down.
protect?
Because all them boys shut it down.
Michael
So you
Thomas
think
is not
everyone
up
else-
for a $300 million
So
contract.
that's why. So that's why.
You see what I'm saying, eh? This
Listen,
what happens every time. You feel me?
Lamar will get a contract. He'll get a bag, but I don't
better
know
walk
if it's
it.
gonna be 300 mil with the injuries of the last couple of years.
You think the Ravens stupid enough to trade him?
Well, they're not going to be able to. They're either going to have
Yeah.
to because he's a free
Yeah.
agent.
They'll
Well, I take
release.
that back because they could tag him and trade him. He's
Oh,
Oh, they could tag him.
Yeah, they could tag him.
Well, if they don't
So
tell
then,
you.
and then what's the market right now? Like 50 mil?
Well, that's what I'm saying. At that point, if you're going to tag him, you may as well just give him what he's asking.
You could trade him before the New Year start though.
No,
like-
because he's not under. Because
Contract
trade
doesn't
deadline
end.
passed.
Yeah.
They'll trade him and then they'll negotiate the contract with the new team for him.
Oh, you're saying the sign and trade.
Sign and trade.
Sign and trade. Okay.
Because the trade deadline passed, it would have to be, but he would have to agree to go into that next team. Because, like, for example, say they want to trade him to the Rams, but the Rams didn't get verbal agreement from Lamar that he's going to commit, then the trade ain't going to go through.
I'd take Lamar and the Rams like that.
What would you get?
I bet you would. Going to Ben Skoranek.
Oh, you don't got
The
picks.
Rams ain't got nothing to give.
You can take our. Well, we did. Wait, hold on. We offered the Panthers. We offered the Panthers our 24 and 25 first round picks for Brian Burns.
They offered him the first round picks for when my daughter's eligible for the draft. She's 4 years
24
old.
and 25. That's the next time we got a first rounder. 24 and 25, baby.
That'd be a good investment because the Rams, they ain't gonna have nothing.
Record year.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's what the Rams are saying.
I'll be
When
back.
they make a phone call.
We'll take your best young pass rusher, but you won't get a first round draft pick for another 5 years.
Oh,
left my
man.
wallet
When
in the
we're
car.
all rebuilt and good again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, listen, Aaron, we appreciate you, man, for coming to pull up, chop it up with us, talking Eagles talk. Eagles in a solid position right now. You feel me? So
Better than any of our teams.
We'll see how it play out, man. It's all about rings, but appreciate
We'll see you
having us.
next week with full Rams gear on.
Okay.
he said okay.
And a donation.
And a donation.
He said,
They win.
"Handle that."
They win. I'm a man of my word, but man, appreciate y'all having me on the show. Keep doing good stuff, man. I'll be watching.
All right, man. Peace out.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Are we ending the podcast right now? It's over? All right, peace out. I'll see you guys later.
If y'all want to, I was gonna say anything else on y'all mind
Nah,
before we get up out of here.
World
I
Cup.
just
That's
wanna
all I want to
say-
say is World Cup.
World Cup, man. Some
I don't know. Have you guys
madness.
been watching?
Yes,
There.
I'm tuned in.
Bro, this has been the craziest World Cup in the last two World Cups. For
Morocco
a
beat
fact.
Spain, right?
Morocco knocked Spain out. Germany didn't even qualify.
Was it on kicks? Right? Was it on
Penalty kicks.
Yeah.
Germany got knocked out before the fucking.
I was watching.
It was that curse, wasn't it?
I think I watched the first part of the second half.
Yeah.
But then I had to go do something. But then I ended up hearing that because I got there's like some page I follow on Twitter and they give the updates.
Yeah.
I think it's like every 10 minutes in the game or something.
Yeah, Fox Sports or Fox Soccer does it. They give they're all over that shit.
Then I saw 0-0 and then I saw they were in the extra minutes. I'm like, oh shit. So
Bro, crazy. And the worst part about it is we gotta wait another 4 years. It's almost over. We gotta wait another 4 years. But the good thing about it is the next World Cup, right here,
well, that's gonna be interesting.
right here,
Well,
Canada.
that was years out that they had that playing. I'm guessing, right?
Wait,
Canada-
where's it gonna-
It
where-
gets voted
It
on.
gets voted on like the next 3 World Cups. I think get voted on.
where's it gonna be?
Canada-
Where's it gonna be exactly?
Canada has a stadium. Mexico City has a stadium. New York has a stadium. Florida has a stadium. LA has a stadium. And I want it say either
the North American Cup.
Texas or Chicago has a stadium.
Chicago, I think it was, because I remember Obama pushing.
Oh
for it.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Push for the Olympics,
like the
too.
major cities in North America have it, plus Toronto, I think, and Mexico City. I believe Mexico City.
Well, those are both in North America, pal.
No, I know that.
Canada. You said the major cities in North America plus Toronto is what you said.
Well, it was North America got the World Cup.
I know. You said the major cities in North America plus Toronto.
Oh, I meant major cities in America, not North America.
That Everclear is hitting right now. Damn, that is crazy.
Just lucky I'm alive.
All right, man. Phil, you got any last words, man?
I mean, hey, we're back after our 2-week hiatus. Well-deserved 2-week hiatus. Back to being consistent with these guys.
Yeah, nah.
Tune in.
I enjoyed this episode, man. It felt like we've been gone for a little while too. But man, I want to go ahead and shout out everybody in the chat real quick. Taj, Dre, Dante, my guy Keith was in here. Six God was in here, Kenny.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, he was in the chat. Chris, appreciate you for tuning in. Who else was here? Let's see. I think then shout out to Aaron too, man. Aaron, he's one of my college teammates. He played tight end.
Shout out to him.
Been through a lot of battles together with that guy on the football field. So definitely had him join. Made sure we got a solid Eagles fan. Not an erotic and not knowing what the fuck they're talking about.
We can be civil with special guests. See, it's possible.
Do I get my last words?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because I can't believe that no one brought up my man Coach Prime getting the job at Colorado.
Oh yeah!
Congrats to him
in that wonderful speech.
Oh, that Louis
speech.
I'm coming.
I'm coming, and I'm bringing. The positions are filled because I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis.
And it's Louis.
So hit the portal if you need to.
You ain't see that?
I think the quarterback for Colorado hit the portal immediately.
I mean, but one of them already hit the portal before I was back regardless. But
the full video's out. If you watch in entirety, he's like not telling them to leave, but he's saying it's going to be difficult.
Right. What he was telling.
If you're not willing to work hard and shit. Yeah.
I respected it because a lot of coaches will come in there and blow smoke
and they'll lie
and tell you like you all got a spot on my team, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, they're working the portal and trying to get new guys in to take your job. At least he flat out told them like, listen, if you want to stay, that's cool, but it ain't going to be easy. But I'm also bringing guys with me. Like he let them know.
The job.
I respected it.
And the people too, I want to say this for mine to just piggyback off of that is the people that are mad at him because he left Jackson State, bro.
I saw a lot of that online.
We really gotta stop the nonsense. We truly don't know what went down there.
Well, we do know he was only making like $300K.
Right.
No one was giving him money. Like
wasn't he donating part of his salary too?
There was rumors, but it hasn't been like concrete where it's come out.
It's not the responsibility of one man to fix a whole system.
He was literally trying to fix everything.
Exactly. People are mad that he didn't stay at HBCU and change HBCUs. Okay, I get that, but Dion staying there for 15 years wasn't going to change the landscape. So he now put them on the map. And he took a bigger job, which is good for HBCUs because it shows that you can coach at HBCU and get a Power 5 job. But now it's someone else's turn to take the torch that he left behind. Like, okay, this is what I did. Now you come and continue my legacy.
It's got to be more than just Dion. Yeah,
exactly. If you were banking on just Dion to do it, that was your problem to begin with.
Yeah, I think when he came in, he probably was really optimistic, and he was like, "Hey, I could do this." And he got year one out of the way. He was like, "Oh yeah, I could do this." And then he probably hit brick walls in year two. And then year three is when it all fell through. Even when Mississippi, they had the water issue, and no one helped him, so he had to like literally pay for everything himself.
He said they were taking baths in the pool because they couldn't use the showers. Like,
plus, that's a lot of coverage for Jackson State on ESPN and other sports like outlets.
Yeah. They had College Game Day there this year. I mean, they got the number one recruit in the country to go there. So he did put HBCUs on the map and showed that there is another route. So we can't be mad at him for that. Like now it's somebody else's turn to say, okay, Dion started it. Let me help out.
Yeah, probably the most coverage we've seen for an HBCU in a while, actually.
Definitely, no one's ever gone for College Game Day's ever been there.
Other than that, what has been the one with what's the game?
Grambling State, the big one, and their Celebration Bowl, which is that's like their league. Yeah, and Grambling State's always in it. That's why I always knew who they were.
Yeah. But man,
congrats, Dion.
Congrats, Dion.
He's going to get paid $5.9 million, and he was making $300K. I'm leaving too. Sorry. Call me what you want. I don't care. I got to worry.
Crazy how fucking NCAA schools have that much money to just give to a football coach.
Yeah.
It's just
didn't he? I think one of the people, maybe one of the AD people said, "We don't have the money to pay him."
Yet. Yeah. Not yet, but they will because they're boosters. I mean, if someone, the big boosters, get a call and say, "Yo, we need to help finish paying Dion's salary," they're gonna write a blank check.
Well, it must be nice to have a college with funds.
R.I.P. Kaz.
R.I.P. Kaz. Oh man, listen, make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, man. And then shout out to Aaron again for joining us. He's actually on the West Coast too, so he came to join us and everything like that. And I'm excited for this week 14 coming up, right? Big weeks in fantasy football. Can't wait for some people to finally have their delusions kicked in the trash can in our league.
Sounds personal.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Been waiting for weeks, man.
Can't wait.
It's finally here. But man, we up out of here. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune into everything that we got going on. Peace out.